Developing tonight, a Vancouver homeowner is accused of shooting a man he says he caught breaking into his car. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm David Molko.
And I'm Laurel Porter. The homeowner is under arrest and police are investigating. Blair Best has the story.
And there are like 6 to 7 gunshots going off. And they were just bam, 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 bam.
Julie Engstrom lives next door. After hearing gunshots, she called 911.
After living here all these years, this is the worst that's ever happened.
Police say the homeowner, 33-year-old Jacob Cantrell, also called 911, reporting he had found a man breaking into his car with a shovel and shot him multiple times in the driveway. The victim is in the hospital in critical condition. Police haven't said exactly what happened during the altercation, but they did arrest Cantrell and charged him with assault. One of the bullets went through Engstrom's RV.
And you'll see that it came up here and hit this right here, right up the top here. It goes straight through here.
It also was kind of surreal this morning.
Yeah, it happened at the house right there.
Belinda Olive Beltran's family lives across the street.
My granddaughter woke up. She heard the bullets, and she was terrified. Bullets don't have no names. It's just horrible.
There's lots of families in this neighborhood. I have children too, and I'm only 2 houses down, so it's a little unsettling to know that.
Blair Best, KGW News.
It has been a violent 24 hours in Portland as detectives continue to investigate 2 homicides. The most recent one was around 10 o'clock last night at Raymond Park in southeast Portland. Officers responded to reports of a shooting at the park. By the time they got there, the victim had left in somebody's car. A police sergeant spotted the car near southeast 122nd and Division and tried to provide first aid to the victim, but they unfortunately died. One woman who lives a few houses down the street from Raymond Park thinks there was a big celebration happening at the time of the shooting.
It's just not a good thing, and I don't like the reputation that it leaves the area. I don't want people to be scared to go to this park or any park in the city. I take it personally.
The second homicide happened near Northeast 81st and Siskiyou. Officers found someone dead there yesterday. So far, no arrests in either case.
Well, let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines. Speaking of gun violence, a bullet hit the Portland Spirit. That is the sightseeing cruise liner while passengers were on board. Now, witnesses say glass on the boat shattered around 9 Sunday evening. A 71-year-old man suffered minor injuries after being hit by the window shards. Police say the boat was hit between the Morrison and Burnside bridges.
We now know the name of the man shot and killed by police in Clackamas County over the weekend. He is 24-year-old Derek Clark. The Clackamas County DA's office says police pulled Clark over in Milwaukee, suspecting him of driving under the influence. The DA said Clark tried to elude police but ran into a ditch, then got out of the car armed with a gun. But they didn't say if he was pointing it at anyone or even holding it. He was then shot twice by an Oregon State trooper and Clackamas County Sheriff's deputy. A grand jury will review the case.
Tragic news tonight for the Portland Trailblazers extended family. Caleb Swanigan, a former forward with Rip City, has died. The Blazers drafted Swanigan in 2017 after he played for Purdue. He spent 3 NBA seasons between the Blazers and the Sacramento Kings. Now, the coroner attributed his death to natural causes. Swanigan was 25 years old.
Now let's take a look at wildfires. President Biden is giving a boost to some of the people on the front lines of the wildfire battle across the West. Today, he authorized a significant raise for federal wildland firefighters for the next 2 fiscal years. This affects more than 16,000 firefighters. They'll get a raise of $20,000 or 50% of their base salary, whichever is lower. So far in Oregon, fire officials say our wet spring is delaying the start of fire season, but they are still preparing for the worst.
As we begin this program, we want to acknowledge the land we are on is native and was stolen from people who lived here for thousands of years.
Well, let's talk a little bit about a topic Pat Doris featured tonight on The Story. It is called Land Acknowledgement, and you heard one there from the City Club of Portland. The concept is what it sounds like, an acknowledgement to Native American tribes. These started roughly 3 years ago in Oregon. Some places like Canada have been doing them for much longer, but these statements have captured the attention of Native American groups for many, many reasons, and they have mixed feelings about them.
We don't want anybody to do a feel-good empty gesture. We don't want people just to signal ethical conformity.
It's very pleasing, and because Native Americans have been invisible from our history books, from the place that we live. And from that point of view, that's good.
Just two there of many, many, many perspectives. The Portland Art Museum is one prominent organization that has embraced land acknowledgements. Here's Museum Director Brian Farizo.
We feel that part of our responsibility is to have a program, staff, and board that reflects the living nature of Native American art and culture.
Earlier this month, the museum took action beyond words by sending 9 Native American items they had in their collections back to tribes in Juneau, Alaska. The museum bought them from an art dealer in 1948. Do not forget, you can catch Pat as he takes an in-depth look at the big issues affecting our community. That is every weekday at 6, only here on KGW.
For parents, the wait is finally over to get their youngest kids vaccinated. Today, many Oregon hospitals and clinics started giving the COVID vaccine to kids as young as 6 months old. That includes an office in Southeast Portland. Catherine Cook shows us how families lined up to get their turn.
At Selwood Medical Clinic, vaccines arrived at 9:30 Tuesday morning. At 9:45, they opened up their schedule, and by 10:30, they were booked for the whole week. It's clear a lot of parents are anxious to get their youngest kids vaccinated.
You did it! Yay. That's it, you're done. Good job.
In the blink of an eye, or maybe slightly longer.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, poke. All done, sweetheart.
It's done. The first round of COVID vaccinations for children 6 months to 5 years old.
It didn't feel like anything.
High five.
For parents, it feels like a lot.
It's better to be safe.
That's a long time coming, especially for the younger one.
He did good.
Sarah Sayer brought her 4-year-old son Theo to get vaccinated.
Yeah?
He's a little shy, but this shot could change a lot of things for him.
Telling him that he can have some more play dates with his cousins, more play dates with his friends, a little bit more comfortably.
I'm so proud of you.
Dr. Monique Pritchard is Theo's pediatrician. This day felt special to her.
Just a lot of excitement, making a lot of people happy today.
While some parents still have concerns about vaccinating younger children, Dr. Pritchard hopes to put their minds at ease.
It definitely is smart to get the vaccine because it lowers any serious complications from the virus. Clinical trials with kids in this age group looked really good, and so we're not seeing the side effects that we've seen with some of the older kids.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's so cool.
The Oregon Health Authority says this week the state will receive thousands of children's vaccine doses. They suggest using the state's vaccine finder tool to book an appointment or check with your child's pediatrician. It might get easier as more doses arrive.
Yourself, as long as they're feeling good, you're good to go. Thank you so much.
In Southeast Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
In parts of Washington, children also began rolling up their sleeves. Hospitals like Seattle Children's received thousands of doses of both Pfizer and Moderna, although only plan to vaccinate about 60 kids today. A national survey back in April found only about a fifth of parents said they would rush to get their younger kids vaccinated. We'll bring you more details on child vaccines and their availability across the Pacific Northwest. We have the latest coronavirus data on our website, kgw.com. And for breaking news alerts sent straight to your phone, download the KGW mobile news app.